If you're a woman over 60 and you've been spending hundreds of dollars on anti-aging creams that promise the world but deliver nothing, what I'm about to share with you might completely change how you approach skincare. There's a tropical fruit sitting in grocery stores right now that contains a natural enzyme so powerful it's been used in medical-grade treatments for decades, and most women have no idea they can access these same benefits for less than $3. This isn't about expensive treatments or complicated routines. This is about something so simple, yet so scientifically backed, that once you understand what it does to your skin at the cellular level, you'll wonder why your dermatologist never told you about it. I'm Dr. Emily Hartman, and I've been a dermatologist for over 20 years, working extensively with mature skin and age-related skin changes. Throughout my career, I've seen thousands of women struggling with the same concerns. Fine lines that deepen into wrinkles, dark spots that seem to appear overnight, skin that loses its glow and elasticity. And while there are countless products and procedures available, what I've discovered is that some of the most powerful solutions come from nature itself, backed by solid scientific evidence. Before we dive into this, if you haven't subscribed yet, I highly recommend hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss another health tip made especially for you. If you find this video helpful, please leave your questions and video suggestions in the comments below. I read every single one, and it helps me create more content to help people just like you. Let me tell you about something that happened in my clinic about 6 months ago that really opened my eyes to how desperate women are for real solutions. I had a patient, Señora Maria das Graças, 72 years old, a retired school teacher from Belo Horizonte. She came into my office carrying a shopping bag filled with skincare products, probably 15 different creams, serums, and treatments. She set them on my desk and started crying. She told me she'd spent over 2,000 Rs in the last year alone, trying everything the beauty stores recommended, and her skin looked worse than ever. It was dry, irritated from all the different chemicals, and she felt like she'd wasted her retirement savings chasing youth. What broke my heart was when she said, "Doctor, I just want to look in the mirror and recognize myself again. I don't need to look 30, I just want to look healthy." That conversation changed how I approach patient education, because I realized that the most powerful solutions aren't always the most expensive or complicated ones. As a dermatologist, I've studied skin anatomy and physiology extensively, and I can tell you that aging skin has very specific needs. After menopause, women experience a dramatic decrease in collagen production, up to 30% loss in the first 5 years alone. The skin becomes thinner, loses elasticity, and has a harder time retaining moisture. At the same time, years of sun exposure accumulate, causing what we call photoaging, which includes dark spots, rough texture, and deeper wrinkles. But here's what most people don't understand. While we can't stop aging completely, we absolutely can influence how our skin ages. And one of the most powerful tools we have is literally sitting in the produce section of your local supermarket. The fruit I'm talking about is papaya. Now, before you think this is just another trendy superfood claim, let me explain the science behind why this tropical fruit is so remarkable for mature skin. Papaya contains an enzyme called papain, which is a natural exfoliant. But this isn't like the harsh scrubs that can damage aging skin. Papain works by gently dissolving dead skin cells, the ones that make your complexion look dull and rough. It does this without mechanical abrasion, which means it's safe even for sensitive, mature skin. Beyond that, papaya is absolutely loaded with vitamin C, one of the most powerful antioxidants for skin health. A single cup of papaya provides more than your entire daily requirement of vitamin C, and this vitamin is crucial for collagen synthesis. Without adequate vitamin C, your body simply cannot produce the collagen your skin needs to stay firm and youthful. Let me share another case that illustrates this perfectly. I had a patient, Señora Rosa Elena, 68 years old, a seamstress from Porto Alegre who'd worked her entire life in her small shop. She came to me complaining about dark spots on her hands and face that made her feel self-conscious when meeting clients. She'd tried various lightening creams, but they either irritated her skin or did nothing at all. Rosa Elena was skeptical when I suggested dietary changes could help, but she was willing to try. I explained to her about papaya's vitamin C content and its natural enzymes, and I recommended she eat half a papaya every morning and save a few slices to apply directly to the dark spots on her hands for 15 minutes before washing. She thought I was crazy, honestly. She said, "Doctor, you want me to put my breakfast on my skin?" But she trusted me enough to try. What I didn't tell you about Rosa Elena is that she was also dealing with severe hand dryness from years of working with fabrics and threads. Her hands were so rough that she'd started wearing gloves even in summer to hide them from clients. The combination of age spots and extremely dry, cracked skin had made her hands look much older than she was. After just 3 weeks on the papaya protocol, she called my office excited because the dryness had improved dramatically. The natural oils and high water content in papaya were hydrating her skin from within in a way her expensive hand creams never had. 3 months later, Rosa Elena came back to my office, and I almost didn't recognize her hands. The dark spots had faded significantly, not completely gone, but probably 60 to 70% lighter. Her facial skin had this glow she hadn't seen in years, but more impressively, the texture of her hands had completely transformed. They were soft, smooth, and she proudly showed me that she'd stopped wearing gloves. She told me she'd been eating papaya religiously every single morning and doing the topical application twice a week. But what really struck me was when she said, "Doctor, my daughter told me I look rested for the first time in a decade. That's worth more than any cream." Then she added something that brought tears to my eyes. "I can hold my grandchildren's hands now without feeling ashamed. That's priceless." If you're still watching and finding this information valuable, comment below to show me you're with me. I love seeing your engagement, and it helps me understand what content resonates most with you. Now let's talk about what papaya actually does when you consume it regularly. Beyond the papain enzyme and vitamin C, papaya contains vitamin A in the form of beta-carotene. This nutrient is essential for skin cell turnover, the process by which your body sheds old, damaged cells and replaces them with fresh, healthy ones. As we age, this turnover process slows down dramatically. In your 20s, your skin completely renews itself approximately every 28 days. By your 60s, that process can take up to 80 or 90 days. This is why mature skin often looks dull and takes longer to heal from any damage. The vitamin A in papaya helps accelerate this renewal process naturally. Let me explain this in a way that makes it crystal clear. Imagine your skin as a house that needs constant maintenance. In your younger years, you have a full crew working every day, replacing old tiles, repainting walls, fixing any damage immediately. That's rapid cell turnover. As you age, that crew gets smaller and works much slower. Damaged tiles stay damaged longer, walls stay chipped, and the house starts looking worn down. Vitamin A from papaya is like hiring additional workers for that crew. It doesn't magically make you 20 again, but it speeds up the repair and renewal process significantly. Additionally, papaya contains lycopene, the same antioxidant found in tomatoes that gives them their red color. Lycopene is one of the most powerful protectors against UV damage, and studies have shown that regular consumption can actually reduce the depth of wrinkles caused by sun exposure. What's fascinating about lycopene is that it accumulates in your skin tissue over time with regular consumption. This means that eating papaya today doesn't just help your skin today, it's building up protection for weeks and months to come. Think of it as creating an internal sunscreen that works from the inside out. Of course, this doesn't replace topical sunscreen, nothing does, but it provides an additional layer of protection that most women don't even know exists. But here's where it gets really interesting, and this is something I wish more women understood. When you eat papaya regularly, you're not just helping your skin from the outside, you're supporting it from the inside at the cellular level. The antioxidants in papaya fight free radicals, those unstable molecules that damage your cells and accelerate aging. Every time you're exposed to pollution, stress, or UV rays, free radicals attack your skin cells, breaking down collagen and elastin. This is oxidative stress, and it's one of the primary drivers of visible aging. The antioxidants in papaya neutralize these free radicals before they can cause damage. Think of it like having an internal shield protecting your skin 24 hours a day. Here's something most dermatologists don't explain clearly enough: the connection between gut health and skin health. Your digestive system and your skin are intimately connected through what we call the gut-skin axis. When your gut is inflamed or not functioning optimally, it shows up on your skin as inflammation, dullness, breakouts, or accelerated aging. Papaya is exceptional for gut health because of its enzyme content and fiber. The papain enzyme helps break down proteins in your digestive system, reducing inflammation and improving nutrient absorption. Better nutrient absorption means more vitamins, minerals, and beneficial compounds actually reach your skin cells. Many women eat healthy foods but have poor absorption, so their bodies and skin don't get the full benefit. Papaya helps solve that problem. The fiber feeds beneficial gut bacteria, which produce compounds that reduce systemic inflammation. Less inflammation throughout your body means less inflammation in your skin, which translates to a more youthful appearance, better healing, and reduced signs of aging. I want to tell you about Señora Beatriz, a 75-year-old retired nurse from Curitiba who taught me something profound about consistency. Beatriz came to me not because of major skin problems, but because she wanted to maintain the relatively good skin she still had. She'd noticed her friends aging more rapidly and wanted to be proactive. When I suggested papaya as part of a holistic approach to skin health, she committed to it in a way I rarely see in patients. Every single morning for an entire year, Beatrice ate papaya. Not sometimes, not when she remembered, but every single day. She kept a journal documenting any changes she noticed. When she came back for her annual checkup, I was stunned. At 75, her skin had the elasticity and tone I'd expect from someone in their mid-60s. The fine lines around her eyes hadn't deepened, and in fact, some appeared lighter. When I asked her what she attributed this to, she said something I'll never forget. "Doctor, expensive creams are like expensive shoes. They might make you feel fancy, but if you're not taking care of your feet from the inside, they'll still hurt." She was right. All the topical treatments in the world can't compensate for poor nutrition and cellular health. But if that surprised you, wait until you hear about the hydration factor. Papaya is approximately 88% water, which makes it incredibly hydrating. Dehydration is one of the most overlooked causes of aging skin. When your skin cells don't have adequate water, they become shriveled and deflated, which makes wrinkles appear deeper and more pronounced. Many women over 60 are chronically dehydrated without realizing it. As we age, our sense of thirst diminishes, and we simply don't drink enough water. By eating water-rich fruits like papaya, you're hydrating your body and your skin from within. The water in papaya also helps flush toxins from your system, which can improve skin clarity and reduce inflammation. Let me share a particularly touching case. Señora Carmen Lucia, 69 years old, a widow from Salvador who'd lost her husband 2 years prior, came to my office looking exhausted and older than her years. She admitted she'd stopped taking care of herself after her husband's death. She wasn't eating properly, barely drank water, and spent most days inside avoiding mirrors. Her skin was dry, deeply lined, and had a grayish tone that indicated poor circulation and nutrition. I didn't just talk to Carmen about her skin. We talked about grief, about self-care as an act of self-respect, about honoring her life by taking care of her health. I prescribed something unconventional. I asked her to buy a papaya every week, to sit on her balcony in the morning sun for 15 minutes while eating it, and to use that time to think about one thing she was grateful for. It sounds simple, maybe even silly, but there was a method to it. The papaya would provide the nutrients her skin desperately needed. The morning sun would give her vitamin D and help regulate her circadian rhythm. The gratitude practice would help her mental health, which is intimately connected to physical health and skin condition. 6 months later, Carmem came back, and she was transformed. Not just her skin, though that had improved dramatically with better hydration and color. Her entire demeanor had changed. She told me that morning routine had given her something to look forward to, a reason to wake up. The papaya had become a symbol of self-care, a daily reminder that she deserved to feel good. Her skin's improvement was almost a side effect of the overall health improvements she'd made. Now, I need to address something important. When I talk about papaya for skin health, I'm not suggesting this is a miracle cure that will erase decades of aging overnight. That's not realistic, and anyone who promises that is lying to you. What I am saying is that regular consumption of papaya, as part of a balanced diet and healthy lifestyle, can significantly improve skin health, texture, tone, and appearance over time. We're talking about months of consistent use, not days or weeks. Skin cell turnover takes time, collagen production takes time, and reversing oxidative damage takes time. But the changes when they come are real, sustainable, and healthy. Let me explain the practical approach to incorporating papaya into your daily routine. First, choose ripe papayas. You want fruit that gives slightly when pressed and has a yellow to orange skin. The flesh should be a deep orange or pink color, as this indicates maximum antioxidant content. Unripe papaya won't have the same beneficial enzyme levels and can actually be harder to digest for some people. If you can only find unripe papayas, let them sit on your counter for a few days until they ripen naturally. Eat it fresh rather than in processed forms like juice or dried fruit, as processing can destroy some of the beneficial enzymes and reduce vitamin content. Heat also destroys papain, which is why cooked papaya doesn't provide the same enzymatic benefits, though it still contains vitamins. Half a medium papaya in the morning is ideal, either alone or mixed into a fruit salad. I specifically recommend morning because the enzymes can aid your digestion throughout the day, and the vitamin C will be absorbed when your body is most receptive. You can also blend it into smoothies, though eating it whole allows the fiber to help regulate digestion, which also impacts skin health. Some women add a squeeze of lime juice, which not only tastes great, but adds even more vitamin C. If you want to maximize benefits, consider applying papaya topically as well. Mash a few pieces and apply them as a mask to your face and neck for 10 to 15 minutes once or twice a week. The enzymes will gently exfoliate, while the vitamins penetrate the upper layers of skin. For the neck area, which often shows aging signs, this topical application can be particularly beneficial since we often neglect the neck in our skincare routines. Just make sure to do a patch test first to ensure you don't have any sensitivity. Apply a small amount to your inner wrist, wait 24 hours, and if there's no redness or irritation, you're good to proceed. After removing the papaya mask, rinse with lukewarm water and follow with your regular moisturizer to lock in the benefits. I had a patient, Senora Ilza, 71 years old, a baker from Recife who had spent decades working in hot kitchens, and her skin showed every year of sun damage and heat exposure. She had deep wrinkles, significant hyperpigmentation, and her skin was rough and dry. Ilza was skeptical about anything natural helping her at this point. She'd already accepted that her skin was damaged beyond repair, as she put it, but she was willing to try because she trusted me. I gave her a very specific protocol. Eat half a papaya every morning, apply papaya pulp as a mask twice a week, increase her water intake, and use a gentle, hydrating moisturizer. I also addressed her sun protection, which had been non-existent. 3 months in, she reported minor improvements but nothing dramatic. At 6 months, the changes became more noticeable. The rough texture had smoothed considerably, some of the superficial hyperpigmentation had lightened, and her skin looked more plump and hydrated. But the real transformation happened at the 1-year mark. When Ilza walked into my office, I could see the difference from across the room. Her skin had a healthy glow, the deep wrinkles were still there but noticeably softer, and the overall tone was much more even. She told me something that still gives me chills. "Doctor, my granddaughter touched my face last week and said, 'Vovo, your skin is so soft now.' Nobody's touched my face tenderly in years." That papaya gave me more than better skin. It gave me back a connection with my family. If you're wondering whether this works for all skin types, the answer is yes, but with some considerations. Papaya is generally well tolerated, but if you have very sensitive skin or known allergies to tropical fruits, start slowly. Eat a small amount first and see how your body responds. Some people can experience mild digestive changes when introducing papaya, usually just increased bowel movements due to the fiber and enzymes, but this typically normalizes within a few days. For topical application, always do a patch test on your inner arm before applying to your face. The papain enzyme, while gentle, can be too strong for some people if used too frequently. Twice a week is generally safe for most mature skin, but listen to your body. If you experience any redness, burning, or irritation, reduce the frequency or discontinue topical use while continuing to eat the fruit for internal benefits. Now let's talk about what happens at the deeper cellular level when you consume papaya regularly for months. The consistent vitamin C intake supports fibroblasts, the cells responsible for producing collagen. These cells need vitamin C to function properly, and without it, collagen synthesis simply doesn't happen efficiently. Over time, with adequate vitamin C from sources like papaya, your fibroblasts can produce more and better quality collagen. This doesn't happen overnight, but after several months, this increased collagen production translates to firmer, more resilient skin. The vitamin A helps regulate sebum production, which can prevent dryness and maintain the skin's protective barrier. A healthy skin barrier is crucial for mature skin because it prevents water loss and protects against environmental damage. The antioxidants work continuously to neutralize free radicals, preventing new damage while your body repairs old damage. It's like having a maintenance crew working around the clock to keep your skin in the best possible condition. I want to share one more case that really illustrates the holistic benefits. Senora Noza, 67 years old, a librarian from Brasilia, who'd always been health conscious but had recently noticed significant skin changes that distressed her. She exercised regularly, didn't smoke, rarely drank alcohol, but her skin was showing signs of aging that seemed disproportionate to her healthy lifestyle. When we did a thorough nutritional assessment, I discovered that despite eating well overall, her diet was deficient in certain key nutrients for skin health, particularly vitamin C. She ate citrus fruits occasionally, but not consistently. When I suggested daily papaya consumption, she embraced it immediately because it fit her existing health-focused lifestyle. Within 4 months, Nuza noticed improvements not just in her skin, but in her energy levels, her digestion, and even her mood. The skin changes were significant: better texture, more even tone, and a noticeable reduction in the fine lines around her mouth and forehead. But what fascinated me most was when she said, "Doctor, I think my body was craving this. Once I started eating it daily, I actually looked forward to it. It's like my body knew what it needed." This is something I see often. When we give our bodies what they truly need nutritionally, they respond positively in multiple ways, not just in the targeted area. It's also worth mentioning that papaya supports overall health in ways that indirectly benefit your skin. The fiber promotes healthy digestion and regular elimination, which helps remove toxins that can contribute to skin problems. Poor digestion and constipation can actually manifest as skin issues, including dullness, breakouts, and inflammation. The anti-inflammatory properties of papaya can help reduce chronic inflammation, which accelerates aging throughout the body, including the skin. The enzymes support digestive health, helping your body better absorb nutrients from all the foods you eat, which means better overall nutrition reaching your skin cells. Now, I need to emphasize something crucial. Papaya is powerful, but it's not a replacement for comprehensive skincare and medical care. You still need sun protection. That's non-negotiable. UV damage is the single biggest cause of premature aging, and no amount of papaya can undo constant sun exposure without protection. You still need to stay hydrated by drinking adequate water. You still need quality sleep, as that's when your body does most of its cellular repair work. You still need to manage stress, because chronic stress releases hormones that damage collagen and accelerate aging. Papaya is one important piece of a larger puzzle. Think of it as a powerful tool in your skincare arsenal, not a magic bullet that works in isolation. If you're over 60 and you've been struggling with aging skin, feeling like nothing works, or spending money on products that promise the world but deliver disappointment, I want you to understand something. Your skin can improve. It can look healthier, feel better, and function more optimally. But it requires consistency, patience, and a holistic approach. Start with papaya. Commit to eating it daily for at least 3 months before judging the results. Keep a journal or take photos so you can track changes, because they'll be gradual and you might not notice day to day. Combine it with good sun protection, adequate hydration, quality sleep, and stress management. Give your skin the building blocks it needs to repair and regenerate. The most important thing I want you to take away from this video is that aging gracefully isn't about fighting against your body or trying to look decades younger. It's about supporting your body's natural processes, giving it what it needs to function optimally, and embracing the changes that come with the privilege of growing older. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every line represents a life lived, and there's beauty in that. But there's also dignity in taking care of yourself, in wanting to look healthy and feel confident. Papaya can help you do that. It's affordable, accessible, delicious, and backed by solid science. You don't need expensive treatments or complicated routines. Sometimes the most powerful solutions are the simplest ones. If you have any questions about incorporating papaya into your routine, or if you have specific skin concerns you'd like me to address in future videos, please leave a comment below. I read every single one and use your feedback to create content that truly helps you. Remember, any significant dietary changes or concerns about your skin should be discussed with your personal healthcare provider who knows your complete medical history. What I share here is general educational information, not personalized medical advice. Take care of yourself, be patient with your body, and remember that every small positive change you make accumulates over time into significant improvements. Your skin at 60, 70, or 80 can be healthy, glowing, and beautiful. It just needs the right support, and papaya might be exactly what's been missing from your routine. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.